So we just set off, and that's Aconcagua. The distance, one of the best views you get of it. We'll enjoy this for a couple of hours and then sort of lose sight of it. There she is. Wow. And this time I'm going to be on the top. Ciao. So this is the start of the second day trekking. That's Confluencia, and we're just off for a walk up to Plaza Francia to see the south face of Aconcagua. Here's a mule pack all loaded up to go to base camp, and this is where we're walking. Not actually sure. Ah, there we are. There's Aconcagua up there. If you can see it, it's where am I? Yeah, it's in there, in that little V halfway up. There's a white bit behind, that's it. So I think we're going up behind that ridge to the right. All my team are going to be over the horizon there. I had to go back and get an extra fleece because they say it's going to be windy today. Anyway, I'll speak to you later. Bye. This is getting up to Plaza Francia. We've been walking for about 3.5 hours now. Yeah, probably about half an hour to go to get to the viewpoint. And the viewpoint's going to be the south face of Aconcagua, which is 3 kilometres vertical from the bottom to the top. We're at, let's see, 13,000 feet, so it's, what is it, 10,000 feet to the top. The scenery, this thing is amazing, this transformation. It's just stunning. That's the guest. Looking after talent. Whoops, and I just went to the rock. Right. Ciao. So we're at Plaza Francia, about to look up to the south face of Aconcagua. This is the team. There's Dan. Hi Dan. There is the beast, 2 vertical miles, 3 kilometres from the top. There's a big Martin. Hey, there we go. That's the youngest member of the team. Guido is 22. I'll just give you a right around so you can see. Obviously, you probably think it's flat. You can see the geology is pretty amazing. I'm going to get a nice bit of sun now because it's weird to climb the sun. We've gained about just 2,000 feet, so probably 700 metres. Here we are, back to the group. So it's Hogmanay in Scotland and England, obviously. It's New Year already for the Australians and our part in the Singaporean. We're a few hours off yet. I'm sure Trish and the kids will be off to Steph's, the McDonald's, for a good night out. Oh no, they're not going there, sorry. They're going to Chris and Petra, so it's not, they won't have gone yet. So Happy New Year when it comes. I think hopefully behind me you can see the south face of Aconcagua again. This is the best view we get of it actually. We don't see the mountain so much from the other side. And it just worked out double the height of the north face of the Eiger, so there you go. We just spent 4 hours getting up. It was pretty straightforward, to be honest. Tomorrow's got a long day. See you later. Here come the mules. Okay, I need to move off the track. Let them pass. Keep my distance. That's a big pack. Oh, they've probably got our bags. Wow. In fact, I think that is my bag just there. Yep, there it goes. It's one of them anyway. And here comes the rancheros at the end. And we'll just pan round, and that is the direction that we're walking. That's the same ridge you can see from last year. We're going around that, and up here is a stunning mountain called Pyramid, which looks man-made. And apparently at the foot of that they found an Inca mummy, which I would sacrifice. The interesting thing about that apparently is it proves how far south the Incas have come. So we've been walking just over 2 hours now, so it's quite a distance. It's a long day today. Right, well, we've rounded the corner. In fact, we've rounded another couple of corners. It's always a bit of a bluff. Every time you get one, you get another. But you can see up ahead a group of people right in the distance. That is a final big corner. We have lunch there, and then it's off another 4 hours, but it's much, much steeper up to Plaza de las Minas. So we've probably walked about 10k now. There's the group ahead. It's absolutely barren up here now. We've left all the vegetation behind, and that's the last vegetation we'll see until we walk back out. So we're around the corner, and this is a trek up to base camp, just sort of below the snow. That's where it is. Probably about another 1,000 feet up, 2.5, 3 hours to go. And you can see people dotted along the path. It's pretty barren. We're going downhill at the moment, unfortunately. So just got to go. You can see that, but right in the middle of that V, just below the snow, is base camp, and I'll just zoom out to show where we are. We're not that far from base camp now. It's really big group of mules. The mules have walked all the way up to base camp this morning, and we reloaded and we're going to come back all the way out, and there's no real water for them to drink, so they have to be rested for a few days after this. And they're obviously pretty laden up and down. It's pretty windy if you can't hear that. They're the lucky ones, they're not going to carry. Let's get the way to share it out. Look at these ones laden, that must be a different company. And here's another group of them. So we've not got far to go now to base camp. It's probably an hour and a half, maybe 2. We're at I don't know if you can see that, 13,040 feet. So another 500 feet to climb. It's up there, just in the distance there. That's a really steep bit that we've got to get up, and of course that's the last bit. It would be, wouldn't it? Right. Oh, here's a mule coming straight at me. I'll get out of the way. And there's the rancheros. Hola. Okay, this is me. Just arrived at base camp. It's New Year's Day, so Happy New Year, Argentinian style. That was 9 hours on the road. Not bad actually. It was a fairly easy walk because we were going at such a slow pace. I'll just show you a bit of base camp. We're living all the way up at the other end. Here we go. That's Inca Expeditions. They're always down at the bottom of base camp. And then you just wander up. There's places you can buy food and drink and stuff. We're right up the top. Showers. It'll be a couple of days before I get that pleasure. Anyway, Happy New Year! It's day 4 of being on the mountain, day 6 of the trip. I'm sitting just above base camp, which is just over there. I've been higher up the mountain just for a little bit of a wander. This is our rest day. I'll let you have a quick look at base camp. There it is, about sort of one of the yellow ones in the foreground. Tomorrow we'll have to climb Bonete, which is this mountain up here. I'll just zoom in on it because it's quite a long way off. It's that big spike just there. That's 5,050 metres, 16,600 feet. It looks quite high, but it's actually not too bad. It'll take us about 4 hours. Around here is the Horcones Glacier, which is absolutely stunning. I've been over a lot closer to have a look. There's lots of penitentes. There's ice. And the mountain itself is over on our right, which is around here. So far the trip's been really good. I felt absolutely fine. Unfortunately we lost Franco, a German member of the team. He had problems with his breathing and chest pain, so they've helicoptered him off the mountain. One man's Jim's down with, he thinks food poisoning or water poisoning, but he's pretty unwell. But fingers crossed he recovers. Right, let's see if I can turn this thing off. This is us walking up to Bonete. We've got about 1,000 feet to go. You can see from my shoes how fast the pace is. Not very fast.
Climbers.
Flying apparently. Yeah. And there is the west face. Yeehaw. On the summit of Bonete, just over 5,000 metres, 16,500 feet. I'll show you the summit. And over here is Chile. We're now looking west into over the hills in the distance. You can see, well you can't today, but that's where the Pacific Ocean is. And I'll just slowly pan around, give you a full 360. It's pretty spectacular up here. Right, we're getting around towards Aconcagua. You can see the base camp way down there. I can try and zoom in. That's where we've come from this morning. And back and up. And what we've got here is, you can see the approach that we're going to be taking. So we're going to walk up from base camp to camp 1, which is just around about, it's in these rocks there, behind these rocks. And then from there you go up to camp 2, which is, you can see the path over to this saddle here. And then from there you go around the back and you come out about here and you traverse across to below these rocks there, and that is the summit up there. And these rocks just below the summit, so you can see a gully between the sort of summit and another set of rocks. That's where the cueva is, where I got stuck at last year. So you can see we weren't far from the summit. Let's head back out. So only a little bit left to do. Here we go, scree running. Woohoo! Heels in and slide down. Yeehaw! Woo-hoo. This is such good fun. It's one of the best parts of the day. It really makes you worth coming out. Here we go again. Yeehaw! All the way to the bottom. Look at Stefano go! He's the international guide. He's a bit of an expert. I won't be copying that. You the man! Past Gary, and on we go down. We've probably lost about 1,000 feet in 2 minutes. That is such good fun. Here's Dan.
Yeah.
Hey Dan.
Hello.
And that's the end. What a ride. Yeehaw!
Bruce.
Hi Stefano.
Hi.
That took us probably over an hour to climb. I'm in my tent. We're off up to Camp 1 tomorrow morning. I'm really not upset, but annoyed at the moment because I've just wandered all the way down to FaceTime Trish and the kids, and because it's not sunny today, the Wi-Fi station's closed, so I had to just make do with a satellite call, which isn't nearly as good. Anyway, I thought I'd like to see what the inside of a luxurious 3-man tent for 2 people is on Aconcagua. I'll just give you a spin round. There's actually plenty of space, as you can see, and back round to me. Like you'll have got my hand there. So we're all set. The weather window looks really good. So hopefully 5 days from now I'll have been standing on the top of Aconcagua. Cheers! We've made it to Camp 1. It's Sunday the 6th of January. We're now at 5,000 metres. Looking north. Well, I'm looking south, you're looking north. Aconcagua is to your right, but it's completely covered in cloud now. And it's pretty cloudy over that way as well. We've had a beautiful sunny day on the way up, and then there wasn't a cloud in the sky, and then all this clouds come in, so I have no idea what that means, but I imagine we'll head on to Nico de Condores tomorrow. Base camp is just over, well I say base camp, Camp 1, just over here. And we wandered up, Dan and I wandered up to this rock up here, which was only about 500 feet higher up. You could probably just about make it out there, just to help our acclimatization. So it's been a pretty good trek so far. Everyone did it really well. We did the walk in about 3 hours 50, so that was slightly faster than last year actually. So yeah, everyone's feeling good. It's quite galling, but c'est la vie. Hopefully, well, I'm sure we'll get past that this time. Anyway, the views from here are absolutely stunning, so I'm going to give you a panorama around. See Camp 2, which is this afternoon in preparation for tomorrow. So there you go, that's where we're going. You can see the road. 6,200 feet. So I'll just say bye. You probably can't see just how steep that is. It's probably about 60 degrees. It just goes down for quite a long way. It's absolutely stunning. And again, if you go back up, and that's us looking north towards, well, I think I said Rockies last time, of course it's the Andes. That mountain round there is called the Horn. And this is around to where we are. We're over this sort of moonscape over the back of that to our camp. And of course up there is... So I just wanted to film a bit more of this because it is just so stunning. It's probably my favourite bit of the mountain. Apart from the top. So this is Camp Berlin. It's about 5,900 metres up. We have got an absolutely glorious day today. There's a little wind, but hardly any. It was forecast to be really strong, but not surprisingly it's blown through earlier than they expected. It's called Berlin because this is where a bunch of Germans camped before they went for the summit many years ago. These are some huts for sort of rescue, I think. We're staying in Cholera, which is just round. You can probably see people right in the distance. Up there, it's only about a 20-minute walk. It's just a little black rock just over the top of that and down, and that's us into Cholera. And I think we can. I think this is Aconcagua up there, the sort of redder one of the two. So that's us just over 1,000 metres from the top, and can't wait for tomorrow. Here we are at Camp Cholera, 5,950 metres we think, which is just over 18,000 feet. Up behind me is Aconcagua. It's just that thing in the cloud there, and hopefully tomorrow I'll be standing on top of it. In fact, I will be standing on top of it tomorrow. We had a pretty straightforward walk up today. It was very steep, but we had a good pace and we actually did it about 20 minutes quicker than last year. So I think we've got a really fit, strong team. So I'm really looking forward to it. I just can't wait to get going, frankly. And we're really all starting to think about that warm bath. And there's a nice big fillet steak and a bottle of, what is it they have? Malbec. Yep, but we've got one thing to do first and we'll do that tomorrow. I'll show you this is the top of the Polish glacier. You can't actually see the Polish glacier. But that's you can see someone just walking up, just finishing off the ascent. He'll be coming to stay with us at Camp Cholera. The Polish glacier, I think, goes down that ridge down there. It's a much more technical route and much more dangerous, and in fact 2 people were killed in it last week, I think, 2 Americans. So there you go, and this is Camp Cholera itself. And that's where we're sleeping, just there. I'm going to wander over to the other side now. I think there's quite a good view over that way as well. So, speak later. This is the other side of Cholera, and you can see, just panning around, we're pretty much at the height of the clouds. It's absolutely stunning here. I'll just zoom down because down here. It's actually on a climb about 1,400 feet, 400 metres I think. And it didn't take too long, but it was very, very steep. I was pretty glad to get to the top. So, here we go. See you tomorrow after I've summited, hopefully.
Working for many days in a couple of things. Yeah, punctuality is one of the most important. If we say at 5, it's at 5. What time is it right now?
5, almost 5:10.
10 past 5, yeah?
5.
It's more about respect to your partners. Yeah? There were some people who were here at 5. Tomorrow morning, the group. You have to think that tomorrow the mountain is telling us what time to go. Yeah? So a couple of things we ask you to be here because there are a couple of things, guys, that are really important to make it clear before tomorrow. Yeah. First and all that, punctuality, please. Second, respect to the mountain. Yeah. Tomorrow we're going up to to 7,000 meters. You must know that the summit is not the end of the mountain. The end of the mountain is down there in Mendoza when you do the checkout in the hotel. See you guys. Yeah, you have to go up to there. So do not waste all your energies to get to the summit, because you need a lot more energy to go down. It's where you most energy need, and mentally you have to be focused. What happens when you get to the summit? You relax, you are happy, and you forget about everything. I've seen many people who want to go to the summit, that's it, they fall to the ground, and that's not the idea. Yeah, I want you to keep that.
So this is Independencia. We're about 6,400 metres. It's quite weird today, the weather on this side. The valley's full of clouds. And if you go around to this side, it's an absolutely stunning view. There's no clouds at all. I don't know what's going on there, because I'm no weather expert, but we've just come up an absolutely horrendous climb. Really tough. I'll just wander over, you can get a feel for how steep it is. You can see people coming up. We've climbed the best part of 400 metres in 2.5 hours, so we've done pretty well. We're off up here now, but that's actually only about 50 metres, and then it flattens out and we get onto the Grand Traverse, and that takes us up to the Cueva where I turn round, and then onto the Canaleta. So feeling pretty good so far, although I did find that last climb pretty tough. Anyway, here's the group. I did it! I'm on the top of the Americas, the top of Aconcagua, the highest point in the Western Hemisphere, and we can't see all of it because it's a bit cloudy. What a walk! Fantastic, that's all you can see all the way around, nothing higher. Just in case you don't believe me, what does the watch say? 6962. Yeah! Fantastic. Got to be short because I've got no power in my camera. But here's Dan. Hi Dan. And there's the Aussies. Well done Aussies.
Hey lads.
Woo! There's Julio. Not sure if any more are coming up.
There are.
Are there? Excellent. So far we've got 5 up, and we'll hopefully get a few more. How happy am I? The camera seems to be working again. It has a flat battery this morning at Independencia, which is about a third of the way up. It was pretty cold then, although I was absolutely roasting. I had too many layers on. We have had one of the best summit days ever. In fact, it's the best summit day Martin, our guide, has ever had. He normally gets storms. I had forgotten just how tough a climb that was. The climb up to Independencia was really hard, and then the traverse is just an absurdly steep slope. In fact, it was a lot harder this year because there wasn't any snow in it, and we were climbing up scree rather than nice firm ice. When I got to the Cueva where I had to turn around last year, unbelievably I had the same issue with my diabetes. I was off the scale high. I was feeling a lot fitter this time. I have no idea why it was so high. I hardly eaten anything, and just weird. But I persevered, got my blood sugar down over the next hour or so, and we drove on to the surface, to the summit. So here I am, absolutely delighted, and not too exhausted. And someone's screaming how well they've done. Yay! I've done well too. See you all soon. And there go our bags off down to Puerto del Incas. We've now got a 6.5 hour walk to catch up with them. But it does mean we get a really early start, and we should be back to Mendoza in good time. So there they go.